Greetings. I'm George Boston Rhines, and I'm standing in front of the Brooks County Board of Education building in the city of Quitman, Georgia. For 4 or 5 months now, approximately, I have been trying to get on the agenda to address our elected officials under President Brad Shealy and other high distinguished Brooks County Board members. But I've been unable to address the Board of Education in the presence of the news media, my relatives, citizens, and other elected officials in Brooks County, Georgia. I am a retired military veteran, and I've been active in civil and human and women's rights since 1971. I have addressed many boards of education. I've addressed many county commissioners' meetings, city council meetings, and many other meetings, and after serving on school boards, I find it extremely difficult as well as disappointing not to be able to get on the agenda here in Quitman, Brooks County School Board of Education agenda. I was brought up here in Brooks County. I'm a native of Brooks County. And so I believe that although I live in Lowndes County, I should have a right to address the Board of Education as long as I do not talk about personnel issues and other things that are going to cause the people that's serving on the board to be disrespected. And I've been doing this for a long time, and so I know what to say and what not to say. But I find it extremely disappointing as a retired military veteran of the Vietnam era to be denied the right to address the Brooks County Board of Education, elected officials in the land of the free and the home of the brave. So let's just go back and let's talk about the board policy, public participation in board meetings. Description code BC-BI. It says on the internet that the meetings of the Board of Education are held to conduct the affairs and business of the school system, and that these meetings are not meetings of the public. The public is invited to attend these meetings, but the public is invited to attend all meetings, and members of the public are invited to address the board at appropriate times and in accordance with procedures established by the board or superintendent. It says by the board or the superintendent. And it goes further to say that such proceedings shall protect employees or board members from undue personal attacks by citizens in public meetings to the extent allowed under the Open Meetings Act. This policy goes on to say, person wishing to be placed on the agenda should have items needing board action to be placed on the agenda. Individual must submit a request in writing to the superintendent at least 7 days prior. That's 7 days prior to the regular monthly meeting of the board. You get that? Now listen please. 7 days prior to the regular monthly meeting of the board. I have done this twice. The request must state clearly the topic to be addressed so as to aid the board members in making an informed decision. Isn't that strange? Let me say that again. The request must be clearly and it must be specific to aid board members in making an informed decision. An informed decision on what? if the requested topic to be placed on the agenda is of a grievous nature, or if the requested topic concerns policy or operations. Listen now, if the requested topic concerns policy or operations, the superintendent will determine that all proper channels and or procedures have been exhausted prior to bringing the request to the board. Now, to me that means that they want you to, if it's dealing with grievances of a grievous nature, or if it concerns the policy and operations, then the superintendent will determine. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. But if a citizen wants to address their elected officials, and even if they don't understand, or if they are incapable of understanding what may be lawful or not, they should have a right to come before the board. And I believe the president of the Brooks County Board of Education, along with the elected officials that are elected and placed in office by the people, should so state at the public meeting that you're not allowed to do this. And I believe that the citizens of Brooks County and Quitman and all around will feel much better. I believe they will feel that their elected officials are serving their needs and not the needs of a select few that may be in cliques and among the slicks who don't want to hear from the citizens and the parents of the children that generates the funds that these elected officials receives along with the educators in Brooks County. The last paragraph says, the board may refuse to hear persons who have previously appeared before the board and presented issues which have been previously addressed or are being addressed. Now, this is the first county in the state of Georgia. In fact, it's the first county that I have ever encountered that it was this hard for a citizen to address their elected officials, especially the Board of Education. Now, just this week, last night in fact, in a metro city with at least 50,000 plus people, I walked up last night to the board and signed my name in a metro city. And the policy of that school board in Valdosta, Georgia, like many other school boards in the state of Georgia, let me spoke to the Board of Education of Lowndes County in Valdosta, Georgia. And as a result of that, the board shows that they are concerned about the issues that affects our children, number one. Number two, it shows people such as myself, retired military veterans, that putting our lives on the line in foreign countries on battlefields was worth the trouble to preserve our rights as citizens in Brooks County, Lowndes County, the state of Georgia, and the United States of America. To me, it is indeed a disgrace, and I do mean a disgrace, to return to Brooks County, Georgia, and to be denied or have any impediments put before me in simply addressing the Brooks County Board of Education in a way that I'm so accustomed to doing in other cities here in the state of Georgia, and from Omaha, Nebraska to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I just can't understand. And so it seems to me that there is not only voting irregularities in the process in Quitman and Brooks County, but it seems as if though somebody does not want to hear from common everyday citizens. And I intend to assist the people of Brooks County to get this disgraceful board policy changed in the state of Georgia and in the county of Brooks. As you know, Republican Governor Nathan Deal removed several members who were originally arrested among the Equipment 10, not Equipment 12, from serving on the board. And if you would notice something when you come here, you will find that there's not even a break in the tenure of the elected officials who are serving, and the historical archival record states or will show that those members from the Equipment 10 never served in office because there are no break from Brad Shealy from the time he was elected to serve on the board. If they did not serve during the time of the members of the Equipment 10, that should be accounted for, that time should be accounted for, or there should be a break in their service to the community. But no such break is posted. Even that needs to be addressed, in my most humble opinion. Once again, this is kbci.blogspot.com. George Boston Rhymes over in Equipment in the county of Brooks, where it is extremely difficult to get on the Board of Education agenda to present your concerns as a taxpaying citizen. We own land southwest of Equipment, and I can only imagine how other people feel when they come to try to get on the agenda here, and they find it to be quite difficult. This is, once again, KBCI, which means keeping Valdosta citizens informed, and now we intend to even inform the world, because you have a right to know under our form of government. We're going to keep you posted. I came out here today to attend Brooks County Board of Education meeting, as was posted on the internet. I didn't see anything on the internet that telling the people that it had been changed to July the 17th. But I will be back on July the 17th because I want you to know what the people and the citizens in Brooks County must endure. And to the Equipment 10, I must address them on behalf of all civil, human, and women's rights organizations and other right people, that eventually change must come, even to South Georgia. This is kbci.blogspot.com. Bye-bye. We go.